Okay, hi everybody. So we sent out a survey, and in the survey, we got a lot of questions, a lot of comments, and some initiatives for topics to cover. So one of the topics was, what do I do for a summer application on turf? Obviously, you're going to have dry options, so dry granular options as an example, or you're going to have liquid options as an example on turf. What we're going to do is we're going to try to address the topic of, let's say it's dry out, let's say we've got compacted soil, we've got some challenging circumstances, and we want to come up with a dry product that is hopefully easy to spread, right? A product that's got a lot of good ingredients in it that will help us during summer stress, summer heat. A lot of these products can actually double as tree and shrub type products. But for today, we're going to focus on lawn, turf, be it commercial or residential. So obviously you can call us and ask for any more information that we don't provide today. But that said, I want to say first that in past email blasts that we've sent out, we have, why should I use organic fertilizers? If you really don't know and you don't care, but maybe you're interested in learning a little bit more about it, you can read that. And all you have to do is make a request at organicapproach.com for that particular article, why should I use organic fertilizers. We also have a whole sample lawn treatment protocol spreadsheet for you. You can request that. That breaks down a lot of the products that I'm going to cover here today. And that'll go into like year-long type options for you. And then a little bit more in depth on how to create or develop an organic lawn care program. You can do that too. We've been doing this for a lot of years. Organic lawn care for us is, I don't know, 37 years old, I think, something to that effect. We've been doing it that long, literally. So we have a service division where we use all these products. Every year we're using them. So we don't only use them, we actually manufacture these products. We manufacture them to achieve a bunch of different objectives. All right. So you got the articles here, and let's dive into the granular products. Let's say you're trying to deal with the summer stress issue, and you've promised your clients an application of lime or gypsum. We're just going to start with that first because that's closest to me. So basically what we can do is we can create a lot of very interesting blends. We can actually do custom blends as well, which we can get into in a moment. But we can do high cal lime with a product called Humoblast. And we'll describe Humoblast in a minute. We can do dolomitic lime with Humoblast, and we can do natural gypsum as opposed to gypsum derived from recycled drywall or wallboard, as they call it. And we can take each one of these products in a pro grade or a standard grade, which is like SGN size 200, and we can mix that with the Humoblast. And we can also do a micro grade, kind of like an SGN 100 to 140, which is close to a greens grade, but not exactly, and as tightly ranged, if you will, as a green grade SGN 100 size. But we can do all of that together and create what's known as a dry blend. So the dry blend will have a mix of the particles. Because the particles are of similar sizing, they're going to keep their blend is going to stay, hold its integrity, if you will. It will not settle out. So one ingredient will not settle to the bottom while the other one floats to the top. All of that is about good particle sizing when you do that kind of work. So again, summer application to bring up your calcium or to adjust your pH. Say with high cal lime, you can adjust the pH. Or with natural gypsum, you can bring up your calcium levels and not raise your pH. And the other thing you can do with the gypsum is it's very helpful with regard to summer diseases and minimizing summer diseases. Whenever you mix gypsum with a soluble humate compound, that's also an extra bonus with regards to fighting summer turf disease, because Humic acid compounds are very complex, very large molecules. Humic acid molecules, fulvic acid molecules, very large, very complex. It's just very difficult for turf pathogens to assimilate or use as a food substrate humic and fulvic acids. So when you do these lime and gypsum blends with Humoblast, which is Humoblast has 10% soluble humate in it. When you blend the Humoblast with these lime and gypsum products, you end up with an application of soluble humate and the calcitic products. And so you kind of have a double whammy with reducing summer turf disease. So again, and they will not burn. Okay, so you're not going to burn anything in the heat and the dry weather. That's the objective here. What kind of applications can we do in the summertime? If you pan further down, what I can do actually is give you a little spritz of what these particles are going to look like. This is kind of a homogeneous blend, dry blend, if you will, of the lime with a Humoblast. This, as an example, is the straight Humoblast, which is a poultry material, a very, very well composted poultry material, excuse me. And it does not, it has no smell whatsoever, extremely well composted. But what we've done is we've added 10% soluble humate powder to that product, and then we pelletized it. So there it is. And that spreads very nicely, by the way. And that is the concentrate. So that's kind of like a formulator's concentrate. So if there are any formulators listening today, this particular product is outstanding. If you want to add a product that has 10% soluble humate already homogeneously blended into every granule of this formulation, this Humoblast can then be added into any other product that you want to blend it with. And now you can deliver soluble humate in that product. So the next blend here is kind of interesting in the sense that this is a completely vegan fertilizer. It has a little bit of quick release in it, but it has a good bit of slow release product, nitrogen and what have you in it. This is a product that we make here. It is a homogeneous product. Again, if you look at these granules, you'll see that all the ingredients that are in here, they're packed into each and every actual granule size. If you could actually see that on my hand or maybe on that piece of paper, that granule has all the ingredients in it. So this is what we refer to as a homogeneous fertilizer. Homogeneous, meaning all the ingredients are in every granule again. This is Easy Spread Compost. We just refer to it as Easy Spread for short. Easy Spread is kind of the base of Humoblast, if you will. So Easy Spread Compost will look a good bit like Humoblast, but this does not have all the soluble humate in it. So what you're getting here is, again, these are all blends or formulas that you can apply with no potential for burning in the middle of the summer. So if your clients need some kind of a soil amendment product for a summer application where you don't want to have any concern about burning, these are fantastic products that we've talked about so far. As we move toward the bottom of the table here, you're going to start running into a little bit more fertility. This is actually a 524. This is what we have had for very many years. It is referred to as our Cadillac, so to speak. Axis 524. It spreads well. It's almost completely insoluble, and you get a real longevity of green up out of this particular product. It has so many things in it. It has soluble seaweed extract. It has soluble humate extract. And it's got a slew of other ingredients which makes this a very diverse fertilizer and biological food substrate all in one. Very slow release. very insoluble nitrogen, so again, still very non-burning. Now, as we jump ahead here to the Sequest 1005, the Sequest 1005 is named Sequest as short for sequester. And when we sequester something, we're using carbonaceous compounds to basically trap nitrogen and convert, say, a soluble nitrate into a stable form of organic nitrogen that is now no longer soluble, but it is highly bioavailable. Because of how we've sequestered it. Well, what we did was we added 5% soluble humate powder. And by the way, we manufacture the soluble humate extract powder. So we actually do that solubilization work and extraction work here. And we put that 5% into a product with 10% nitrogen, 0 phos, so that we're showing concern for the waterways, of course, reduce our algal blooms and our fish kills and what have you. And we're stabilizing this 10% nitrogen or nitrate with that soluble humate powder that has been homogeneously blended into every one of those granules. 5% soluble humate powder. Nobody in the country does it but Organic Approach. 5% here of your potassium, also formulated into every granule. So it's a very nice blend, very even, very consistent formula. Entrust is a formula that we created to play, of course, on the word entrust, but the N standing for nitrogen, 904. This is a very insoluble blend of a higher nitrogen, a higher organic nitrogen, and you will see that this in particular does not have soluble humate with it. This blends very nicely, very low in dust, and this particular product is very slow release, so you get a nice long extended green out of it, and that product in particular gives you like 8 weeks of a summer green up while not burning. So what we've done is we've tried to compile a bunch of products out of any of the products that have any potential to burn. If you get excessive with this or heavy-handed, this could give you a little burn if you are not careful and you don't read the label and you're irresponsible. But this also happens to make a great spring product and a great fall product if you want some quick green up. Believe it or not, out of an organic product, people love this because they can get a really nice green up from this and fairly readily from the Sequest 1005, that is. Now, having said all of this about the dry granular products, I'm going to step back and I'm going to go to the liquid options, because we always wonder, is there anything we can do at all during the summer with liquid options? And one of those liquid options that is most used here is a product called Influence. It is a biostim cocktail, if you will. We've got all of the trigger products in here. We've got soluble seaweed extract again. We've got soluble humate extract. We've got micronutrients, 7 primary plant micronutrients chelated by humic and fulvic acid molecules, really efficient forms of micronutrients, but yet not heavy at all on the micronutrient quantities, but delivering them so efficiently that you really don't need high amounts of the micros in order to get the results. We've got soil penetrant ingredients in here, biological food substrate ingredients in the Influence. We've actually got microbial inoculum in the Influence. Really nice, highly diversified product. If you put this in tank mix, this is a great stress reducer for summer stress. But in addition to being a stress reducer, it really helps to build a competitively antagonistic microbial environment, which helps combat some of those summer diseases. And when I speak of that, that's another topic that we're going to do shortly here. And Rachel is filming this right now, and she's now smiling and laughing at me. But she's going to be helping me get through a couple other videos today yet. And one of them is going to be this competitive biological antagonism. And what does that mean? It's not a fungicide, but basically we're going to war with the pathogens, the disease pathogens. This product is great for doing that, and we'll get a little deeper into that concept later. But this is real nice for summer stress reduction, to help you get a little penetration into the soil of these ingredients if the soil is kind of dry and more compacted. And then we like this product. We're a big proponent of this product. We've been using and distributing this product for many, many years, even before this product was named as it is today. Before, meaning in the prior generation of this business, we were working with the same company under a different name, but it's Yucca. To make a long story short, it's Yucca, and it's an outstanding soil penetrant. So in the summertime, it can really help your turf endure the summer better by the simple fact that we can open up the soil, we can get a little bit more penetration of water into the soil with the light rainfalls that we do occasionally get. If you want a little green up to go with that, we make a number of different liquid products, but one example today is our Liquid 503. Very interesting product. Basically, 503 is the same as our Sequest 1005 granular product, where we have, the reason it's brown is we've literally sequestered the soluble nitrate and stabilized it with humic and fulvic molecules that we have extracted here at Organic Approach. So we take these concentrated extracts, we add them to a more unstable nitrate, and we turn that unstable nitrate into a stable form of organic nitrogen, which you heard me say before. And we do that because we don't want the nitrate nitrogen to volatilize into the atmosphere or leach into the groundwater or run off during a storm. And by sequestering it, as we do in the Sequest 1005, or as we do in our liquid fertility products, we stabilize that nitrogen so you actually get to use more of what you paid for, instead of losing it to volatilization in the atmosphere, leaching, and running off. So how much of this you use really comes down to how hot and dry is it, how much of a green up do I want to get. If it's an irrigated property, you can use more, and if it's an irrigated property, well, they're going to be burning through their fertility faster because that grass is actively growing right through the summer, so you're going to need a little bit more fertility to keep things looking good. So in a nutshell, that's the information for kind of like a summer application roundup, if you will. You can use any number of these products. Obviously don't need to use them all, nor will your clients pay for them, but every one of them has a purpose and a benefit. And don't forget these articles, because everything that I've gone over today here can be found to some extent or another, or in greater detail. Why should I use organic fertilizers? Talks about a lot of the points I covered today. How to develop an organic lawn care program. And if you're one of those that just likes to say, just give me the format, give me the program options, what are they? Then we have this sample lawn treatment program template, if you will. So that's it. Thank you very much for hanging with me today. Have a great day. Take care.